Kevin DeLeon, the state Senate leader, in Sacramento last month. He announced Sunday that he will run in a Democratic primary against Dianne Feinstein, an incumbent United States Senator. Rich Pedron, Associated Press. Good morning. Today's item comes from the Los Angeles bureau chief, Adam Nagorny. Want to get California Today by email? Here's the sign up. Senator Dianne Feinstein is not going to have a free ride to a sixth term. Kevin DeLeon, the state Senate leader, announced Sunday he will challenge her in a Democratic primary. Mr. DeLeon is barred by term limits from seeking re-election, and he criticized Ms. Feinstein sharply last month after she suggested that Donald Trump could turn out to be a good president. We caught up with him Sunday. Here is a transcript of the interview, which has been condensed and lightly edited. What made you decide to challenge a sitting senator? The state has changed significantly over the past 25 years. We are overdue for a real debate on the issues, priorities and leadership the voters want from their senator. California deserves a senator that will not just fully resist the Trump presidency, but also understand the issues that most Californians face every day. Do you think Senator Feinstein is out of touch with the Democratic Party? I don't want to get into her right now. I promise you I will give you more as we go on in the next few days or next few weeks. Do you think that her age, 84, should be an issue? Absolutely not. Her problem isn't age, but where she stands on the key issues that the voters care about. Ideas and values and priorities. What issues do you differ with her on? Is Trump one of them? My record is very clear on where I have stood with regards to Donald Trump and how he is a clear and present danger to economic prosperity, to progressive values and to our people. I don't believe that dreamers have the patience to wait to see if Donald Trump will be a good president. Would you support impeaching Donald Trump? Do I support impeaching Donald Trump? Well, let me see. The answer is yes. I agree with Senator Bob Corker. Mr. Trump is an unreliable and unhinged individual who is an enormous threat to our national security. His own party is terrified. Does it concern you that such Democrats as Senator Kamala Harris quickly rallied around Senator Feinstein? I'm respectful of Kamala. I recognize she is part of the U.S. Senate. Although disappointed, I understand. About the wildfires, reduced winds and projected rain have state officials optimistic that the deadly wildfires will be contained this week. The San Francisco Chronicle: people who are displaced may have difficulty finding accommodations in a state where housing was already scarce. The New York Times: Elizabeth Nelson had been staying at the Doran Beach campgrounds with her extended family since Sunday night after evacuating from their home in Napa. Brian Meltz for the New York Times: Bodega Bay, a fishing hamlet where scenes from The Birds were filmed, became an impromptu refuge. The New York Times: volunteers helped move more than 200 horses to an animal evacuation center near Napa. The Mercury News: view a map of the destruction by the Tubbs Fire, which incinerated more than 5,100 buildings. The New York Times: helicopters are versatile tools that let CAL FIRE transport firefighters, drop water and rescue evacuees. The East Bay Times: more than the wine industry has been affected, with at least 7 marijuana farms scorched. The New York Times: the 1933 Griffith Park blaze. Los Angeles Times: the single deadliest wildfire in California history killed 29 people in Los Angeles in 1933, when many firefighters were untrained. The New York Times: California Online. Please note we regularly highlight articles on news sites that have limited access for non-subscribers. Harvey Weinstein at the 2014 Oscars in Los Angeles. Jordan Strauss and Vision, via Associated Press. The Hollywood producer Harvey Weinstein was expelled from the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences after accusations of sexual assault and harassment. He had helped secure more than 300 Oscar nominations. The New York Times: the Council on American-Islamic Relations organized a downtown Los Angeles protest against President Trump's latest travel ban, which is set to begin Wednesday. The Los Angeles Times: the electric car maker Tesla fired hundreds of workers after conducting performance reviews. The company has been criticized for low production of its anticipated Model 3 sedan. The New York Times: the first year of tuition will be waived for new full-time students at the 114 community colleges across the state. The Sacramento Bee, a walk-off three-run homer by Justin Turner on Sunday, gave the Los Angeles Dodgers a 2-1 lead over the Chicago Cubs in the National League Championship Series. The Los Angeles Times. Mr. Argent's Venus, in San Francisco. Argent studio. The sculptor Lawrence Argent, known for his public art, is dead at 60. His California installations include Leap, a giant red rabbit at the Sacramento International Airport, and Venus, an abstract figure in San Francisco that is adapted from the Venus de Milo. The New York Times. Justice John T. Racanelli, a longtime member of the State Appeals Court, is dead at 91. In an influential 1986 ruling, he said the government must balance the health of animals with the water rights of people. The Mercury News. Coming up this week, Vicente Fox, a former president of Mexico, will speak about immigration reform on Wednesday morning at Soroyan Theater in Fresno. Several scenes in Star Wars: The Last Jedi were filmed in Ireland. And the director Rian Johnson will discuss the experience Thursday morning in Los Angeles during Ireland Week. For fans of hard rock, 9 Inch Nails and Ozzy Osbourne are headlining the Aftershock Festival in Sacramento on Saturday and Sunday. Curious about the details of a green home on Sunday afternoon? You can take a self-guided tour of 10 such residences in San Diego County. And finally, the Walt Disney Company was founded in Los Angeles on October 16, 1923. In June 2016, it opened a theme park in Shanghai. In Hongguan. Associated Press. Mickey Mouse, Maleficent, Mulan, Moana. The seeds of each character were planted nearly 100 years ago today, when what would become the Walt Disney Company was founded in Los Angeles. The Disney Brothers cartoon studio formed on October 16, 1923, when Walt Disney and his brother Roy signed a contract with a distributor. The studio would produce dozens of short films known as the Alice Comedies before creating Oswald the Lucky Rabbit and Mickey Mouse. The New York Times called Steamboat Willie, Mickey's public debut, an ingenious piece of work with a good deal of fun. It growls, whines, squeaks and makes various other sounds that add to its mirthful quality. Walt Disney's first studio, Laugh-O-Gram, ended in bankruptcy in Kansas City, Missouri. But after a move to California, his perseverance and panache made the Walt Disney Company an entertainment behemoth that now owns coveted creative properties such as Lucasfilm, Marvel Studios and Pixar. And it all started in a nondescript real estate office on Kingswell Avenue. California Today goes live at 6 a.m. Pacific Time weekdays. Tell us what you want to see today at nytimes.com. California Today is edited by Julie Bloom, who grew up in Los Angeles and graduated from UC Berkeley.